Folks, I made it to Las Vegas and back. Trust me, the money I saved on not going to Michigan games this season and last was all spent on a celebratory, ended up being 14 hours in Vegas. Got there Saturday night, and we're going to take off at 5:30 a.m. Sunday, but our flight was delayed 4 hours, so couldn't put a show out for you yesterday because I had some commitments in the afternoon. 4-hour delay. I didn't get back to Dallas till 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. I got home, so apologies for not having a video out yesterday, but we're going to be jam-packed the entire month of December, obviously 2 more days here of November. But I want to know from you guys. Let's circle back to Saturday afternoon, about 3:30, 3:45 Eastern, whenever it was. Describe how you felt the moment the game was over. And obviously not when the zeros hit. At least I don't think that's when most people consider the game over. I think it was when C.J. Stroud completed that pass on 4th and 18, 5-6 yards short of the first down, and Michigan got the ball back, and obviously they could have just downed it, which they did, and the game was over. I explained to my wife, it's like getting the best news you've ever had in your life. That's how I felt. I did not think, as much as I was confident, I did not think that Michigan could have nice things. It was just going to end for 30 years from now. We'd still be talking about trying to beat Ohio State, but we did it. But go down and describe. Just let me know who you're with, what you felt. Did you cry? Did you scream? What happened? Let me know down in the comments. And folks, look, it's over 48 hours since the game happened. It's Monday, and I'm still on cloud 9. All right, I am still on cloud 9. I think this has changed the trajectory of this rivalry. It certainly has changed the trajectory and expectations of what Jim Harbaugh can achieve at Michigan. I'll tell you this. People were saying to me for the last couple weeks, couple months, hell, I'm pulling the Beat Ohio State Again campaign for 2 years now. What happens if Jim Harbaugh loses to Ohio State for the 6th time? Yoder, what happens if Michigan starts 10-1, top 5, loses to Ohio State again at home? Yoder, you've been making fun of C.J. Stroud. What happens if he tears Michigan up and absolutely makes Harbaugh look like a fool? I guess we'll never know. That's all I've got to say on that, folks. I guess we will never know. And that's where I'm at, all right? Ohio State fans, they can say all they want, but none of that stuff happened. Jim Harbaugh bet on himself. He got it done. All right, we're going to take your questions here in the show. Got a bunch of post-game comments and questions from you guys on recruiting, on Ohio State, on the Iowa game. Before we do, I want to let you know something of programming change. For the first time in a couple years, we did some YouTube Lives in 2019 season, but never really became part of our programming schedule. We are going to be live for the College Football Playoff Rankings tomorrow, 5:45 p.m. Or is that Central Time? I guess it is, right? Eastern Time, my bad. That's my fault, that one. 5:45 Eastern, or Central Time, which is where I'm at, 6:45 Eastern. Is when we'll be live on this channel. So we're going to be simulcasting with Chat Sports, be myself, Harrison Graham, 6:45 p.m. Eastern. Join us tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, look, Michigan needs one win to be in the college football playoff, and then we are just going to be rolling with awesome programming through recruiting season mid-December into the college football playoff on December 31st in either Miami or in Dallas. So make sure to subscribe and join us tomorrow night, 6:45 Eastern, right here on Michigan Football Report's YouTube channel for the college football playoff top 25 reveal. I'm expecting Michigan to be number 2 in those rankings. All right. Jason McQuan, I hope I pronounced it, Jason. Really appreciate you engaging on YouTube a lot, now on Twitter. So thank you so much. J Money Sniper 17. Do you worry about losing to Iowa and potentially not making the college football playoff? And basically says, Michigan dominates in the second week. They have close games. He had a couple of good examples: Northern Illinois, Rutgers, Wisconsin, and close game against Nebraska. Maybe, right? Maybe, but I'll talk about why I don't think so here in a second. I want to show you where the early odds are coming out on this game. Michigan started off as a 10.5-point favorite. In under a day, they popped to an 11-point favorite. But look at that over-under, right? 43.5 points. That's like bad NFL-level teams over and under, so that's pretty low. But when I dove into Iowa, and I didn't look at them a ton this year because they weren't on Michigan's schedule, but look at these stats for their offense, all right? Total offense for the Iowa Hawkeyes, folks, 299 yards per game, which is 123rd out of 130 teams in college football. The only team in Power 5 that has a worse offense than Iowa is actually Indiana, who's number 124. 110 in the country in passing, 106 in rushing, 87th in scoring. How the hell is this team 10-2? It's a testament to their defense. I guess that is a defense that is number 14 against the run. At 105.8 yards a game. So you'd say, oh, wow, Michigan's going to take Michigan off their game because, hey, Michigan runs the ball all the time, right? Michigan is going to have to pass to do that. Well, not so fast, my friends. I look back at where Ohio State was before the game. Ohio State's number 17th against the rush now. But last week, before the Michigan game, they were number 11 before Michigan put 300 up on them at 102 yards per game. So I'm not sure how much those stats matter when you're going against a rushing attack and an offensive line that is playing as well as Michigan is. And I guess philosophy and an approach that Jim Harbaugh is bringing in, enthusiasm unknown to mankind. I think that's maybe cliche a little bit because it didn't really live up to the billing with Jim Harbaugh, but this is year 7. Things are different. And for me, my take right now is losing this game is just inconceivable. It really is. Beating Ohio State on Saturday was as big of a moment for this program and for, I think, me as a fan. I'm hoping you as a fan, if you're a Michigan fan, that can remember, right? You were going back decades, right? You can say 1997 if you were alive and were a big fan back then. That matched it, undefeated national championship season. But is there anything since? I'm going to actually ask that question on a later show, so I don't want to get too far into it. But I think this game right now is inconceivable for Michigan to lose just based on all the momentum they have. If they drop the ball, it's not like they've got to win this game and then play another game. It's this game, you're in the college football playoff. Put everything into it just like you did against Ohio State, but frankly, against a far, far less talented opponent. I'll leave it up to you guys. Predict the score. It is the Big Ten championship game. I think it's the 11th one, right? 2011 through 2021. 11th game. First time Michigan has been in it. They probably could have been in 2011 had the divisions been aligned like they are now, but nevertheless didn't go down that way. Michigan, Iowa. Give me a score prediction down in the comments here on YouTube. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I'll give an early prediction. I haven't dove into Iowa a ton yet. I'm going to go Michigan 38, Iowa 17. I actually think Michigan will handle them pretty good. If you look at Iowa's 2 losses, right, they lost back-to-back games to Purdue and to Wisconsin. They only scored 7 points in their 2 losses. That's pretty wild to think about. But next up on the show, I want to show you guys some Cyber Monday deals. These deals are going on until midnight. They may continue on past midnight tonight, but right now, through our partner Fanatics, you have 2 awesome deals I found for you today. Got to use the promo code Monday. Go to chatsports.com/MichiganPull. It's for this quarter zip pullover right there. 20% off is what's going on with the Cyber Monday promotion from Fanatics. If you guys want to get a great deal for yourself, something Michigan to wear down the stretch, hopefully into the college football playoff, or a stocking stuffer for a friend, a son, a brother, a coworker, these are some awesome deals. I've seen some items up as much as 50% off, but these are the 2 I thought were the best deals. These quarter zips work great in the spring, work great under your Michigan winter coat if you're going to, I guess you're not going to a game in the cold, since this next one would be in a dome at the Big Ten championship game. So I'll put these links down in the comments and very high up in the description of this video. So it's chatsports.com/MichiganZip. Get these deals, get the Cyber Monday deals on Fanatics through these links right now. Head over to chatsports.com/MichiganZip. Make sure you guys use that promo code, though, Monday. All right, let's take another question from not Mr. M Insider. Actually, it is Mr. M Insider, but I guess his account got deleted or something like that. So now he's got a burner account of himself. Nevertheless, this is coming from Twitter. Did Domani Jackson go ahead and give the silent to Michigan? I want this to be 4 Harbaugh heads, or I'm giving the show 1 Harbaugh head. Well, look, I can't make decisions for 5-star recruits like Domani Jackson. But I did think this comment right here that he gave to 24/7 Sports last night was very telling. Talking about his junior year of high school, before he committed in January to USC. I was committed, and he was referring to Michigan. There's more context in this article, but this was the most relevant quote. I was committed to Michigan, 100% committed. Well, I'm not sure if Domani understands percentages. Nevertheless, I'm not going to go through why I didn't commit publicly. So his silent commit rumored apparently was true or whatnot. But yeah, I was 100% committed. That is him. During the when he was a junior in high school, 2020 year, he didn't specify exactly when, but if you recall, there was a lot of rumors that we talked about on this show last year, Michigan, Wisconsin. He came to visit with Michigan with guys like Donovan Edwards, J.J. McCarthy. Obviously, some others were there for that game. A ton of recruits got together. He had planned to verbally, I guess, publicly commit to Michigan during that Wisconsin game weekend last year. If you recall, Michigan was down, 38-0 at halftime to Wisconsin. Absolutely embarrassing performance. Him and his parents thought, hey, Jim Harbaugh's not going to be here anymore. This is way too much uncertainty. 2 months later, he commits to USC. Now, they're the ones with the uncertainty, but that uncertainty is changing quite a bit here. Look, if he's not coming, folks, if he is not coming to Michigan now after the dream school, he said it in the same article, he saw it to reporters in the last 24 hours, dream school, Michigan's my dream school, Michigan's my dream school. I was silently committed, but then I changed things up, goes and visits Alabama, decommitted to USC a couple weeks after they made their coaching change, but now Lincoln Riley's there. He's a top 10 coach in college football. He's one of the big boys, and he is certainly going to recruit California a lot better than they've been doing over the past few years. If he's not going to commit after seeing that crowd, after seeing Michigan rise to the top of the Big Ten and likely be in the college football playoff, then he was never going to come, and he's been looking for a reason not to say yes to Michigan. If it's Alabama, whatever. If it's USC, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if he does that because I'm sure he knows his friends with a lot of their commits, etc. And now they've got a big-time college football coach who probably is convincing him, hey, you're going to be a start of something new, a new winning tradition here with the Trojans. All right, let's take a look at a couple tweets of me, right? I don't think I'm getting enough credit for this. If you see the date in the bottom there, November 15th, if you want to check my stats, you want to make sure I'm not BSing you, I guarantee that Michigan beats Ohio State on November 27th. I think this should be in like Time Magazine, I think. So my producers give me the rolling eyes, like, you're saying that you're Michigan, whatever. But how about this one, all right? And the reason I'm showing these tweets is for the next part of the show. What's up with some of these people? I lost 127 followers at least. I didn't go back and check on it. After the game, during the game, from before the Michigan game, I glanced at it. I knew kind of where I was and then where I ended up. Stop being babies. I'm mostly talking not to you Michigan fans, but Ohio State fans. For some reason, I've got a few thousand Ohio State fans. They're just like, Yoder is actually rooting for a team that can beat my team. I'm going to be a little baby and unfollow him. So I was voted the number one guy for trolling Ohio State fans. I've done my best at trolling them. They seem to have fun with it. But the ones that have unfollowed me, now quite a few of them have refollowed me. Whatever. You guys can follow me. But if you're a Michigan fan, make sure you follow me on Twitter. It's where I put my second best content outside of here on YouTube. And, help me win the war against Ohio State. You helped me with Bosa. Now we're going to win the Twitter war. We're already winning, YouTube against the Buckeyes. We're in the field. We're winning on YouTube. Now we need to win on Twitter. It's at James Yoder. Here's a good Buckeye. His actual handle is good to be a Buckeye. My old boss, John W. from Richmond, Virginia. Congrats, dude. Huge win yesterday. You all had a perfect day. Tough weather for passing. Great crowd and almost flawless execution on the field. See you next year. And thanks a lot, John, for being one of the few considerate, dozen or so considerate Ohio State fans. But I want to show this picture for a second because this is not a future-looking projection, okay? This is now past tense, okay? Beat Ohio State again. You can say that Thursday. You could have said it as a future projection. Present tense, past tense. Be like, hey, James, what'd you do this weekend? Beat Ohio State again. Beat Ohio State again. But look, it's not over, right? You think I'm retiring this? No, I'm getting it printed out on a big canvas. I'm putting it behind my desk. That's what's happened to it because this war never ends, okay? It's Bosa this year, next year, and for on. This war will never be over. We started together. You guys, me. People are saying on the internet, this isn't a joke, that this is the reason Michigan got a hold of this. They changed their approach. I'm not going to deny that happened. I'm not going to. All right, let me know what you guys think. 2021 is the best Michigan football season since blank. Since what season? Some of you argue 2016, 2018, 2006. Well, you lost to Ohio State all those years, right? You lost to Ohio State those games. 2003, beat Ohio State. Yeah, I guess, but that was, you didn't go to the college football playoff. That didn't exist then. You didn't go to the national title game. I think it's 1997, right? This is the best year since the undefeated season in 1997. But you guys let me know when I feel hear how you're feeling as a fan. Michigan, best season this year since when? A-Train 132 coming in from YouTube said, Yoder, can he get drunk again if Michigan wins the Big Ten championship? That last show was epically hilarious. I loved it. So if you guys didn't see about 5-6 weeks ago, I think it was before the Michigan. It wasn't Michigan State. I don't know when it was. Maybe before Nebraska or Wisconsin games. I drank 4 beers. Was it? I can't remember. 4, 5. I was not sick. I think it was 5 beers. It was 5. Yeah, 5 beers in 12 minutes. All right, so I'm going to up the ante, up the beers, but also give me a little more time because I was burping. I didn't actually get that drunk, but I was kind of burping. So if we get 50 new subscribers, which we've done plenty of times, I'd say like every 6 videos gets 50 new subscribers. If we get 50 new subscribers, so tell your friends, send the link, say subscribe to this guy, create a burner account. I don't care. 50 subscribers that come from this video. So you got to be watching this video, hit subscribe. I'll do 6 beers in 15 minutes, show you all the behind-the-scenes footage. Won't do it Saturday because night game, et cetera, et cetera. It will either be Sunday night or sometime Monday, Tuesday next week, but we will do it. 50 new subscribers from this video. So if you haven't subscribed, here's your chance to see a grown man with a child drink 6 beers in 15 minutes just for the amusement of YouTube. Hey, that's what I do. All right, Stephen Brown. Coming in says, if Michigan was to get to the title game, which team do they match up with the best, and which is the worst possible matchup in your opinion? Well, it's a pretty good question because I've thought a lot about it in the last, I guess 48 hours since Michigan beat Ohio State. Look, the worst is Georgia, right? They have been number one team all year, and outside of an odd Clemson game, looking back, that it was such a low scoring, nothing happened, but it seemed like a matchup of like two top 5 teams. It wasn't. Worst to be Georgia. They're undefeated. They've got a defense that has superstars all over it, and they've got a competent enough offense. The best is anyone else, right? I don't think Alabama's going to beat Georgia, but I'm not actually that scared of Alabama. I think Michigan could beat Alabama. I'm not saying they would or it's guaranteed, but I think they could. They certainly could beat Cincinnati. I think they would destroy Cincinnati. Oklahoma State, I haven't seen a ton of them. I think they would beat Notre Dame. So I think that a lot of the teams that would scare me would be like Ohio State. Okay, cool. Beat Ohio State again. Beat Oklahoma because they could put out a high potent offense that maybe could take advantage of at least the past Michigan defenses we've seen. So if Michigan gets anybody against in the national title game other than Georgia, I'm going to take Michigan to win it. Georgia, I think Michigan have to have the best day that they've had all year and maybe in a long time to beat that Georgia team. But I will say this, leading into this week, I'm going to talk about this all week, root for Georgia to beat Alabama, because if Alabama wins, Georgia's still making it, and that means Michigan would play Georgia in the semifinal, right? I want a puncher's chance. If you're going to place Georgia, I'd rather play them in the national title game. If Alabama beats them, Alabama will probably jump Michigan, be number 1. Georgia drop to 2 or 3, face Michigan, the 2-3 matchup. I'd rather face Cincinnati or Oklahoma State or Notre Dame in that matchup, have a better chance of making the national title game, and hell, hope that Georgia maybe gets upset in the 1-4 game. So root for Georgia to beat Alabama. Last thing I want is to have to beat 2 straight SEC teams to win the national title. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll put out a show for you around midday or so, 11, 12, 1 o'clock or so, and then we will do college football playoff rankings live, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. Subscribe, and if you want to see me drink 15 beers, make sure you subscribe as well. Send it to a friend. We will see you guys back on Tuesday. Go Blue.